Hi, welcome today. We are going to be taking a little look and comparison between my two Ovation Elite guitars. This one I just received. It's a new to me guitar. It was made, from what I can tell, in the year 2008. This is model 1578 Ultra Deluxe. Designed in the U.S., made in Korea, South Korea, shipped back to the U.S. where they do final assembly and inspection and setup and things like that. So kind of a unique guitar. I'm not sure that there were any other models done this way. Comparing to the first acoustic guitar I really owned. This one is an 1868 Elite shallow bowl. 1578 is a mid bowl. They both have the multi-sound hole design cutaway. This one has a little bit smaller neck and it's a V shape. It feels much more like an electric guitar, and that's why I bought this originally. And this was made in 1992, and I don't remember if I got it in 92, 93, something like that. I bought it new. Both have solid Sitka, solid spruce tops. I believe they are Sitka spruce. What we're going to be doing first is playing them just with natural acoustic sound being picked up on a very basic condenser mic. I'm going to start with the first one that I got, my old 1868 Shallow Bowl Elite. And I'm just going to refer to them by the either shallow bowl or mid bowl from here on out. Now the mid bowl, and I need to point out before we go any further that my old shallow bowl has old dead strings. The new mid bowl has really fresh strings. I'm sorry. The shallow bowl won't have the sparkle and brightness that it could have. And part of that is because the shallow bowl has been living at my youngest son's house. I gave it to him. I asked for it back so that I could do this comparison and a review of my old 1868 Elite. I think that was the first acoustic guitar of any kind that I bought new. And I love it. And I gave my son the choice of this or my Balladeer, which I bought as kind of a backup to this one. Both of those have the shallow bowl. And I missed this. So when I found this one, just recently, I did some research and I made an offer and I went ahead and bought this one because I missed the Elite quite a bit. We'll get to that later. Now, gonna make some changes and we're gonna listen to them through their preamp systems, which are very different. Start again with the shallow bowl. Mid bowl. I am going to disengage the three-band EQ and the pre-shape deal on this because that doesn't have that. So I'm going to try this something a little bit different. The three-band EQ I'm going to set in the middle on both guitars. And we'll try something just a little bit different right now. So comparing the two Elites, mid bowl to shallow bowl, they do have the same pickup system. They do not have the same preamp system. So I kept the mid bowl in its most basic setting, which I think is going to be the closest to what was put into the 1868 back when it was made in 1992. 2008, 1992. Also where all the woodworking and everything on this was done in South Korea. This was all made in Hartford, Connecticut. By the craftsman there. The tuners look very, very similar except for the buttons, but I believe that the tuners, and I'll have the pictures, close-up of pictures while I'm playing the guitars, showing back then. These are actually Schallers, I believe. These are kind of an import version that say Ovation on them. I do like the pearloid buttons on the new one. I like the looks of that. Besides that, I do like the way the Elite or the 1868 shallow bowl feels. It doesn't stick out as far to me. And that's what attracted me to that guitar. That's the only reason I bought that new over a deeper bowl, either a mid bowl or a deep bowl. And I did try the other ones, but I liked the feel of that shallow bowl. It felt to me like I was playing my standard solid body electric guitars. It really did. That's what drew me to the Ovation to begin with. That and the fact that they were played by so many artists as one of the most prevalent live performance acoustic guitars that were used on stage. The multi-sound hole design was created to help reduce the chance of feedback. The round back was designed to help project those reflective sound waves against the top to make a better, more even acoustic sound. Charles Kaman worked or owned, I think, an aerospace company. They made blades on helicopters and fine-tuned them to eliminate wobbles and things like that. And they figured if they could do that, they could fine-tune these Lyricord backs to optimize the sound on an acoustic guitar. He was a guitar player for years. He felt that his scientific aeronautic research might help to bring the acoustic guitar into more modern times and to improve it. Personally, I'm glad he did. I want to thank you today for tuning in and watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to be interested to listen back and see how they compare. I would like you to tell me what you think. Sound-wise, so let me know what you think. The electronic sounds should be pretty accurate. Dead strings are not. The dead strings are going to make probably the sustain not quite as nice on the shallow bowl. Besides that, let me know what you think. Depth-wise, some people have no problem at all with a regular acoustic guitar which positions your arms out and you're kind of reaching around that deeper body. I've never liked that. It's never felt comfortable to me. I like the feel of the shallow bowl better. The mid bowl, it brings my arm out forward. I'm sure that I will get used to it over time. It's a nice guitar. I have no problem with that. And I think that this will satisfy my desire for, or my missing my old Ovation Elite, my original one. I think this will satisfy my need for both the looks and the feel, and probably sound. This does have a much wider range of sound, and I will be doing a separate video on each one of these guitars. This one I did an unboxing video on, and I ran through the different sounds that the preamp system on this is capable of. Much wider range of sound available through the preamp system on this. This is kind of a one-trick pony, and it never dissatisfied me. I used to play this through just a regular guitar amp, clean channel, live. It sounded great. I have absolutely no problem with that. They both have exactly the same pickup. They don't have the same preamp system. So let me know what you think. If you haven't yet, please subscribe. Click the little bell down there so that you can be notified the next time I post a video. Most of my videos, the Native American style flute gets the spotlight shown on it. Guitars were my first love, my first main instrument, and they still hold a very, very dear place in my soul and heart. The Native American style flute, much more convenient. Strings don't break. You don't have to plug them in. You can mic them, but you don't have to plug them in. They don't go out of tune. You can stick it in a backpack. You can climb to the top of a mountain and play something that sounds absolutely fantastic on a mountain peak. It's harder to do with a guitar. They do make backpacking guitars, and I owned one. The sound was terrible. I'm sorry. It is a very poor substitute for true guitar sound. So, the Native American style flute kind of takes the center stage. They play the melody line. It could be solo, by itself, with other flutes. It could be with many, many other types of instruments. Guitars, keyboard, steel tongue drums, and other percussion instruments. I want to thank you again for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Take care.